Hello, testing. This is Bill Curtis. That's good. Hello, I'm Bill Curtis, and welcome to American Justice. I always imagine Bill Curtis like, the outtakes. He's recording the open. Hello, I'm Bill Curtis. Here on American Justice, I'll take that again. Hello, I'm Bill Curtis. I'll take that again.
He is a fun guy, man.
I'm Bill Curtis. I'll take that again. I'm Bill Curtis. There's always when Dan wants to tell a story, he yells out something. He yells out bait. Like if you name a famous person, first of all, there's not one famous person Dan hasn't met. And when you say a famous, he yells out something begging you to pay attention to him. Like he'll go like Elvis Presley. God, that guy's got big ankles. What? And you have to address it. Well, here's the thing. One night I was with Mark, and we went out and. It's a 4-hour story, and then he saw Elvis's ankles. Anyway, Dean Martin, boy, that guy can smoke. What? We're at the Cubs game, and 4 hours, and then at the end, he smokes a lot. Elvis Costello, boy, I'll tell you, I was there the night he changed his name. Okay, Bill Curtis. Why, Dan?
No, he's a fun guy. He's an absolute...
That's why you yelled that out?
He's a fun guy.
How is he a fun guy?
He just...
The only story you told me about him, Dan was at, was the creepiest party ever. Him, Bill Curtis, and Phil Donahue got drunk and named their penises. I mean, what? That is the creepiest night ever. And supposedly, Dan's name for his penis was Matrimonial Disturber.
Peacemaker.
I'm sorry, I combined the two. Matrimonial Peacemaker, which means Dan's cock is so fucking great that if you're having an argument with your wife, you make peace. Am I right in assessing that? Jesus Christ. So am I assuming with that nickname you would loan it out to other marriages? Like, do you need my cock? Listen, are you having troubles? I read in the paper you're having troubles. Is this Gwyneth Paltrow? Yeah. Do you need the Matrimonial Peacemaker? Because I've got it in between my legs. Yeah, like it's like a piece of fucking driftwood. I'm at Cock Robin now. Can we do 10:30? My book is just absolutely packed with appointments. Yes, hello? Is this Khloe Kardashian? I read that you're having trouble. Lamar Odom's in a coma. Do you need the Matrimonial Peacemaker? I wish there was more than one. I just have one. I'm only one cock. Sorry. Are you kidding me, Mr. Clooney, already? Well, I'll keep this between us. Yes. Where is your wife now? She's in Venice doing an international lawyer seminar? Okay. Everything is between us. It's client, it's cock-client privilege. The Matrimonial Peacemaker has to get to Venice. George Clooney's... Mr. And do you have Brad Pitt's number? Okay. Hello, Miss Jolie? Yes. It's me. It's the MP. The Matrimonial Peacemaker. It sounds like you need the MP service. Okay, well, do you want me to quote prices now? Believe me, I'm not giving you a break because you're famous. That's not how I am. Okay, for initial consultation, this is for free. But if I come to your house, and even if you don't use my cock to fix your marriage, it's a flat fee of $500. I'll take major credit cards. Yes. If there's one session, that session will include just a hand job. If you give my cock a hand job, I think you'll go back to Brad Pitt and go, listen, I need you back immediately. I've seen what other cocks look like. That's what people don't understand. It's the reverse. My cock's not so good. It's so bad. Do you understand? My cock is so horrendous looking. It's odd. It's not looking cock. Ever since I had that chlorine incident when I was 15 years old swimming naked. Everything's going to be fine. Is this Sarah Jessica Parker? Oh, this is Matthew. No, Matthew, I don't swing that way. I have, there's other Matrimonial Peacemakers you can talk to. Yes. Yes. Do you have Vice President Kane's number? Okay. So that's what Dan's nickname was. Phil Donahue was the kidney disturber?
Yes.
What was Bill Curtis? So Phil Donahue's, okay, Phil Donahue. Oh, how creepy. Phil Donahue's nickname for his penis was the kidney disturber, which means his cock was so long it hit Marlo Thomas's kidney. That girl's kidney was being affected. That's why she looked so gaunt. That's creepy. What year was this party?
1980.
Do you have any story that's not creepy? Okay. So what was Bill Curtis's cock?
What do you mean?
What was the name of Bill Curtis's cock?
The matrimonial...
Kidney disturbers Donahue.
Kidney disturbers... Trouser Trout.
Oh, my God.
The trouser.
Oh, my God. First of all, that's not even original. That's, Trouser Trout's a fucking, hacky old name for a cock. I'll get you. You and Donnie were creepy as hell. You were but original.
Thank you.
I heard you guys with your nicknames for your cocks. I'm Trouser Trout. Call me T squared. Or as Jennifer Lapione. What's his wife's name?
Donna LaPietra.
Ah!
No, not wife. Not wife.
Just girlfriend.
Because he will never get remarried.
Donna LaPietro. Oh, that's so fantastic. As Ms. LaPietro will tell you. Trouser Trout. Well, let's put it this way. We're going to a bait and tackle shop later. And she's doing some trouser trouting. We're going to go ice fishing for some trouser trout. We're going up to Lake Manitoba. Outside of Minnesota. Hey, how you doing? We're up in Lake Manitoba. You ever go up there? You get Bill Curtis up there with Donna LaPietro and they come up there with the trouser trout? Trouser trout. Wow, creepy. How creepy. What are you, 17 at the time, by the way? What are they, 60?
Yes.
So you with two old guys and their wives, and you're 17?
Steve Dahl and Gary Meyer were there. My girlfriend Sharon was there.
What was Dahl's name for his cock? Can't work because of coke? I understand, Steve, your cock can't work. Doesn't work because of coke. Stop working because of cocaine. Oh my God, how creepy. How fucking creepy. As we went home, me and Donna LaPietro were talking about Dan. Why did I start doing Bill Curtis?
We were talking about it before the show. And then you said...
we're going to do the intro as Bill Curtis. Right. Anyway, so a very special podcast. It is. I got to run. I have to be on stage at Caroline's in 40 minutes. Gonna hop in the shower. I did Anthony Cumia show the other night, and I did Opie and Jim's show the morning after. And I got to tell you, who would have figured how crazy life is? I don't talk to Howard anymore, and I'm really good friends with Opie and Anthony. I do, and I love those guys. They're talented motherfuckers. They're so much fun to hang out with. I laugh with the two of them a lot, and of course on Opie's show, the common thing is always Jim Norton. Jim Norton is, honestly, my peer, but one of the best comics of my generation. And I've toured with him a bunch. I've been friends with Jimmy a long, long time. Talented guy who I love, and we were always friends. But I never knew Opie and Anthony because it was a war in radio. And I was very loyal to Howard, obviously. And who knows what happened. I barely heard their show because I was in L.A. when it got famous. But people I knew who I trusted comedically, friends of mine, liked Opie and Anthony a lot. And then when I moved back, I was on Howard, and I just didn't listen to anything else. I was doing that and stand-up. Or having sex with a hooker for a while. I'm proud to know these guys. It's a lot of fun. And, going in there and hanging out with Jim, the great Vic Henley was on Opie and Jim, a great, great comic, Vic Henley. There's always another cool guy hanging out. So it was me, Jimmy Norton, and Vic Henley and Opie yesterday, plugging Caroline's. And I've done that show now 4 times. I just laugh so hard. It reminds me of being back on Howard. We riff and have a lot of fun. And the day before I did Anthony Cumia, it's just me and him. And God, I feel like I've known that guy forever. He's a real talented guy. dead-on impressions, great stories, and I laugh with Anthony quite a bit. Like, I'm friendly with the guys now, and it's weird how life works. So I thought a good idea, for some of our fans who might not have heard that, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm proud of these appearances. So we're gonna play. I'm gonna play the Anthony Cumia appearance for this podcast, so our subscribers who might not have heard it could hear it and see what I'm talking about. And that'll be tonight with this intro, the Cumia Show. And I haven't pitched this to Anthony yet, but I think a good scam for a charity would be, if he changes his name to Lou, so Lou Cumia, and we get people to write checks. And we say it real quick so they think it's leukemia. And they're writing a check to the Lou Cumia Foundation. And we rake it in. I'm pitching that. He's got a great studio, and I'm so glad that the politically correct police didn't win with him. Because of technology, he could say, fuck mainstream show business. I'll go make $4 billion a week doing this. And it's great to do his show. So this is me and Anthony having a bunch of fun, and he's going to come on live again because he was great on our show too in the next couple of weeks. And this is me and Anthony Cumia doing his show the other day. It was a fucking blast. And this is close to 2 hours of just fun, right? Or just hanging out.
Yes.
And
with Mary Jean.
Oh, yeah, Mary Jean, who cut my hair. The smoking hot porn star who cut my hair on DirecTV, Mary Jean. Smoking hot. And she joins in, too. I didn't even recognize her. She cut my hair. Of course, I was on heroin. So it's just a blast. These shows are a bunch of fun. So enjoy the Anthony Cumia show with me from the other night. And tomorrow, the Opie appearance with Vic Henley and Jim. I'll play that for you guys in here. And this weekend, our fourth podcast for the week, is Greg Gass going to come in. The great Greg Gass, who was also on Opie with me. Greg is, let me tell you, one of my favorite people. Another talented guy. So he'll be in to have some fun this weekend. Enjoy me and Anthony Cumia. I got to go to Caroline's.
Come on in, Artie. Take a seat, Mr. Artie Lang. I was just talking about, we got off on a tangent talking about Maury and how the old show used to be. Maury Povich. Like, because Dr. Phil today had some 13-year-old girl because she was wild and out of control, and the mother's fucking freaking out and everything. And it's one of those, like, they're still doing that.
Yeah.
They're still doing the out of control.
There's a market for whatever broads watch, whatever you get broads to watch. My mother, I love my mother. She's a smart woman. She'll watch that. Dr. Oz.
Oh, yeah.
When I was living in L.A., my mother would watch those doctor shows, and I could time it when she watched it. A minute after Dr. Oz would end, I would get a call about something, whatever he was talking about, because she was worried about my health.
Right.
So the call would be Italian mother loud. She'd go, Artie, it's Mom. I just watched Dr. Oz. You still eat butter, right? Call me. You still eat butter.
You still eat butter, right?
Yeah, no, when you stopped?
You breathe oxygen because I need to talk to you.
I got a funny Dr. Phil story. It's funny. I did a sitcom with Norm Macdonald for 2 years called Norm, and he did an episode of the show. This was 1999. Now, I'm straight. I don't know who he was. And some of the writers were happy to be there, I knew. People were making a big deal about some guest star. I thought Dr. Phil was a character actor we hired. I don't know who the celebrity was.
Right.
So he plays an asshole in it. And like an asshole doctor or something. And he's got his kid in real life. He's got a kid in real life who's an asshole. And they play an asshole father and son. And I didn't know they were celebrities. I thought they were really good actors at being being assholes. At the end of this, we had like an after party. At the end, I said, you guys are great. People make a living playing jerks.
Oh,
and actors do that all the time. It's a stereotype. You make a lot of money playing assholes.
He must have thought, oh yeah, like you were goofing.
No, he was very he looked at me stoically, like right through me with that enormous head.
Yeah.
I wanted security. Like he didn't even, I had 2 lines in that episode. He thought I was putting the cable in or something. Very, very offended.
Why the fuck would he play that part if it's really
well, he was like being a sarcastic jerk to Norm's character.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know who he was. I guess Oprah just discovered him.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's how he apparently got famous.
Head's enormous.
Giant head, right?
Giant head. I really, that abnormally large cranium like Soon Yi, like Woody Allen's.
Yes, a big top of the head.
I know.
Light bulb.
Yeah, and did you ever go to a Nick game and see Soon Yi and that interaction? No. Okay. During the Star Spangled Banner, it pisses me off. Fuck Colin Kaepernick. She doesn't show any emotion. And I'm like, if it wasn't for that fucking song and the country it represents, you'd be like dying of malaria in a third world country. Like, get up, sweetie, hat off, hand on fucking chest.
Is she just to sit there?
She just sits there like, all right, whatever.
Have we ever heard a word out of her? Like,
I think she's retarded. I think
so.
Like the Kennedy kid that they hid.
That one hidden Kennedy. Yeah.
She's got this big thing, and she just talks slow. And instead of malaria, she got better Nick tickets than Tom Brokaw. And I just, it makes me mad.
Yeah, no shit.
What's your take on the Kaepernick?
You know what? There's freedom of speech, and you know, we're all supposed to have that, but. And then whenever I try to say, well, there's a First Amendment, everyone goes, well, that's the government saying.
Oh, exactly.
The government can't interfere with your freedom of speech, but there's consequences in this, and that's why you got fired, you racist asshole.
For you, it's different.
For me, it's different.
Right.
Now, for him, it's like, hey, he's got freedom of speech. Like, no. The NFL could absolutely tell him, you fucking stand up or you're fired.
It's a privately run organization.
Right.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So your First Amendment means nothing as far as the NFL goes.
And it's I mean, that poor coach is in such a terrible position. Wow. And again, if he's the starting quarterback kicking ass, does he do that? Absolutely no way.
It's an attention getter.
That's an attention getter.
An attention getter.
How many people know Gleason?
Yeah.
Nobody. But nobody makes a possum's peck out of Sheriff Buford T. except for shut your ass.
Shut your ass.
I love that you went to Gleason.
Dude, we were watching there was apparently a chase in California yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a big tractor trailer being chased all through Riverside County and shit in the desert. And we just played Smokey and the Bandit clips
awesome.
and Eastbound and Down under it. It looked perfect. Yeah, you got the snowman in the trucks going. The cops are after it.
Ain't nobody chasing me, boy.
Yeah.
He's going to kill 700 officers of law, got a broad in the car, that's kidnapping. That's a man act. I don't think he's got a license. How that for high dig?
Knocking down mailboxes, driving through people's backyards.
Got a broad in the car, that's kidnapping. Yeah, give me a Diablo sandwich and Dr. Pepper to go and hurry up on him and goddamn her. I'm telling you.
Thank you, nice lady.
Thank you, nice lady.
Nice ass.
Nice ass. I could see her now. She's walking down the aisle. No, she was dancing down there. Knockers bouncing all around. Her ass was jiggling too.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so glad. You know, he had some real shit after that.
Oh, I know.
Before he died.
Yeah.
But that was to take like your memory of Ralph Cramden.
Right.
And then all those years later to have another character where he's just brilliant and quotable and hilarious. It was such a good thing.
It just showed how talented he was.
Yeah.
I mean, you give that guy a cigarette and a scotch, and you got a 3-act play. You know?
Yeah.
And everything. I know. I saw that. You did that on purpose. I got evidence. Put the evidence in the car, Junior. Put the evidence in the car. You know, and that Burt Reynolds was the coolest motherfucker ever.
Wasn't he
playing off of him?
Like,
yeah.
There was a period of time where he was the fucking guy.
All right.
Everyone wanted to.
Maybe you know this, but I'm about to break your heart. It broke my heart. Last year I did a Montreal Comedy Festival. I agreed to do 2 weeks of the Nasty Show. That was fun. Getting to Montreal early and trying to pretend every fucking alternative comic at the bar at the Hyatt's funny. How much is your deal for? You fucking asswipe. It wouldn't even last. These guys wouldn't even last at my Thanksgiving at my uncle's house. They'd be the 18th funniest person there.
You're right.
Fucking $800,000 deal. So Jimmy Carr, English comic. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Funny guy. He knows. He's got a lot of like high, level people that he knows in London. He's got pictures of parties at his house with literally Stephen Hawking and One Direction at the same party.
At the same party.
Yeah, and Stephen Hawking trying to get laid. And he told me that Burt Reynolds, because he needed money, made a deal with a publishing company. He got $5 million up front. The deal is the day he dies, the book's already written. The day he dies, they can publish the book. Supposedly, he fucked every guy executive as a young guy in Hollywood, and he names names, and like his asshole was so loose he needed like to tie it together.
Oh no!
Yeah, exactly.
So Burt Reynolds is on the casting couch.
Right, yeah. I mean, he just said, these are all rumors about Tony Curtis. So like, you want to part because I get another pretty boy. You know what I mean?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Burt, let me tell you something. You have to come over here and give up your asshole for a part in the movie.
Well, that's why Kenneth Branagh's not smoking the bandit. But if that's true, could you imagine?
Oh, if that
he was the bottom.
Oh my God! What a bombshell that is.
Yeah, well, so he got $5 million, and he said you can publish it the day I die.
That would be a huge book, then.
Yeah, I guess I'd read it.
Maybe option the movie and just have Burt getting fucked in the ass the whole time.
I mean, in Evening Shade, I think he's fucking Mary Lou Henner. No, it's Charles Durning.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Tom DeLuise.
Well, you know what? Between that and the pedophile ring that apparently is going on, because you heard from what's his name?
What is going on?
One of the Corys, Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Was getting that singing career.
Well, what happened? You mean he did something creepy?
Yeah. he was talking
Corey
about
Haim and fuck him.
There's just guys that in Hollywood, big powerful producers,
right? Sure.
That just go around fucking these kids that are in the movie, but no one names fucking names.
Yeah, well, that's why they're sympathetic towards Roman Polanski, because they got skeletons in their closet.
Yeah.
The Roman Polanski thing, when Hollywood jerk-offs, when they defend him, okay, just really slow, say out loud what he did.
Yeah, go ahead.
Really slow.
And defend it.
And defend. Yeah. He gave a 13-year-old girl Quaaludes and sodomized her. Yeah. Now, what's your argument?
Yeah.
But you're right. That's probably it.
Second your hard-on goes away, you tell me how.
Well, that's it. If you're guilty of it, too, that's how you... If you're
right, that's how...
He's a funny motherfucker. No, so that's... Look, the Catholic Church had to look the other way because their policy for about 400 years was, listen, to priests, when you're done fucking every kid in Boston, let us know. We'll move you to Pittsburgh. Yeah. That was their policy. So who are they going to, they got something on you.
Yeah.
And that makes total, what a shame. Well, David Geffen is a little, look, I don't want to make an enemy out of David Geffen. The guy's got $6 billion and he looks like something's going on. It's not an average party.
Right. Something's up.
He could pay,
You think that's why there's just so many angry men in Boston? It's like, because if you've been fucked, like Burt, even Burt.
Could you imagine?
Into an angry man.
No, like, man, they're men's men. Like those kids in Southie getting fucked in the ass. You know how mad that gets you?
Could you imagine, like, as Burt is just punching Lonnie in the face or fucking choking the flying nun? Do you think he's just thinking about those days on the couch?
Oh, sure he did.
Oh.
I mean, if your asshole's so loose, you got to tie. How does that happen? what kind of a morning is that?
Oh,
I get pissed when I got to, shave. I got to get up and tie my asshole together.
That must have been a real trigger during that scene in Deliverance when.
Well, I do. You know what? Do you still say words that end in nigger? What are you doing?
I know. I said trigger. Trigger. Oh, my God.
Stay away from nigger.
Oh, my God. Yes, I try to steer clear of any words such as that. I've been trying to be very good racially on Twitter because although I know, again, free speech, hey, I can say whatever I want. I got my own gig here. I'm my own fucking boss. But
this is great.
Still, there's a fucking cloud of power will fuck you over.
Well, that word is that
racial conversation.
Well, it's better. You're better off. I
never even write N-bomb. I never even fucking drop N-bombs on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just talk about
something for home.
Facts and figures. Statistically speaking.
Well, that's something.
Statistically
my family, it's for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
If you have a bet on the game. Well, I went to school with a lot of black kids, and we were all degenerate gamblers. In my neighborhood, we had bookies at 13 years old. And the rule was
scare the shit out of me. I knew you guys, but I would steer so clear. You guys were a whole planet away from me. I couldn't imagine.
The rule was, if you had a bet on a game, you could say whatever you wanted. And amongst everybody, there's a big black kid, Purnell, who big guy, one of those black guys who wears a cowboy hat like Karl Malone, like a real guy, you know what I mean? Like you don't fuck with, and got a lot of pussy. Had 8 kids by the 10th grade. I'm not kidding. I'm sure they're doing well.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to the same school.
Yeah, I'm sure they're doing good. And we were watching a Houston Oilers game with Warren Moon, and he threw an interception, and my buddy had a bunch of money on the game, and he said, you fucking, and he said the N word. I said, oh my God. And Purnell's right in back of us. And I hit my buddy. Look behind us. We look behind us. And Purnell is drinking a beer. He goes, dude, he gets a pass. I'll bet the Oilers. Money is the great equalizer with racism. Yeah.
That's,
you know, you better, nowadays, people are uptight on a level of, it's just, you go to a party, you have 10 or 11 shots of wild turkey, everybody wants your car keys.
Uber has been fantastic like that. Because a lot of times you wouldn't want to wait for a cab or anything, but if you're drinking and you're out, it's
absolutely
so easy to just
cool Nazi
Uber now. So why, you know?
I know, you're right.
Back in the day, as they call it,
yeah.
I wouldn't hesitate to jump in my fucking car, no matter how drunk I was, and drive like an asshole.
Right.
Then I got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm going to get in still, but I'm not going to drive like an asshole.
Yeah, you gotta
10 into it.
You gotta copy. That's a good thing for the judge. Look, I know my blood alcohol level was 10.2, but I was trying.
I was really trying to hold that line.
Well, when you live like that, I mean, when I got on the Stern Show, no matter what the cops did, I was on their side. They could have killed my mother. I said, she might have had a gun. It didn't.
You know,
it doesn't look like mozzarella from here.
You go into an old lady's apartment late at night.
Exactly.
Tell me you're not scared.
It doesn't look like a bunch of mozzarella from here.
Yeah.
That could be a white, wet gun dripping down her hand.
Right.
Yeah, it's because, you know, I used to drink. I used to go play bananas in Poughkeepsie and drive home. You know, and you know, well, the cops probably loved you guys too, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
so you know how many times this happened to me? When I was on Stern, I'm doing like 80 in a 25, and cop, motherfucker, do you know how fast you went? Artie!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look, why not? You know,
there would be certain instances where I wouldn't be recognized right away.
Right.
But you'd be like, yeah, you were really speeding. I'm like, I'm late for my show.
Well, you guys didn't have the TV component, so at some point,
yeah, the TV.
Look, if it means not getting a DUI, at some point you got to make that dick move of like, I'm sure you know
But I would always work it into a way like, I'm late for my show. I have a show that's like, what show? Oh, Opie and Anthony show.
Right.
Oh, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Well,
the other one was I would hand a PBA card.
Yeah.
Keith would give me.
Good move.
Back there. And then he's like, who's this? I go, oh, he's my security guy. Like, security for what? Oh, I'm an on-air personality. And it would just...
On-air person. No, you know what? You got a unique name in the title, so you got to let them look at your license. They see Anthony. Then you're going, Opie, I'll be late. I'm late.
That would have been great. Opie, I'm pulled over.
The cops.
Tell Jim Norton, comic sensation Jim Norton, that I'm...
You know the guy who's a chick shits in his mouth?
Right, you remember that.
Yeah, the cop's like Columbo. Like, wait a minute, Anthony. There can't be two teams with that.
The worst would be getting pulled over. I'm sitting there, I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and a big black woman gets out of the car.
A woman cop, forget it.
I'm done.
I might as well just go, you're guilty.
That's it.
They're
Whatever.
all efficient. They have their, like, everything's tucked in properly.
You are not getting a fucking break.
No. I don't care, sir.
Yeah.
I don't care. Well, you'll be performing in C Block.
Next fucking going.
Oh, it's the next going. The next thing is you're talking to a hand.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to you, ma'am. I told a story in stand-up. Stop me if I told a story because I won't bore you.
Right, I will.
No, I know you will. You don't waste time, and I like that about you. I'm doing a gig in Albany. Stop.
All right.
The story's already bullshit. And I got paid 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm drunk off my ass, and I want to be out of Albany. But the Reverend Bob Levy is my ride.
Oh, shit.
And Bob was talking to a girl who had a prosthetic arm. So he was doing well.
I would think I would have known this story already. Just by this point. Artie, fucking Levy, girl with one arm. I have not heard this, Artie.
Levy had jet black hair. His hair was like his face, the face of Richard Nixon during his impeachment. Jet black hair. DePaulo used to have a joke with guys who dyed their hair like him in the old face. Like, if you tell somebody to guess your age, and their first guess is 23 and their second is 72. You look down, and that's what it looks like. So I said, I'm not getting him to leave. So I wanted out of Albany. So I say to the guy, a cab company that'll take me to Hoboken, I'll pay the guy. He goes, yeah. I find a guy. The cab driver looked like a roadie for the Allman Brothers. Like, you know, but he's like, get in. I say, you know of an all-night pizzeria? He's like, yeah. I get a Sicilian pie. I put it right in the middle of us. I sit in the front seat. Before we left Albany city limits, the pie was gone. And then the greatest thing happened. I fell asleep. I woke up in Paramus on Route 7. I'm like, I didn't have to talk to this kid. I fell asleep the whole time.
That is great, like time traveling.
Yeah. This is the greatest cop story ever. I look over at this kid. He's doing 95 with the one finger thing like that. There's a Jethro Tull concert live on WNEW. Aqualung, a 14-minute Aqualung version. You go like this. You go. And I look over at him. He's smoking a joint with the other hand. A Cheech and Chong type joint,
right?
Like the size of a quarter pound. Like, I don't think I know. And I didn't care. Like the smoke's coming. I didn't give a shit. Like just get me home. So all the badness in me, man, and that weed, I got nauseous on a level like I was gonna throw up. So I say to this kid, dude, you got to pull the fuck over. I'm going to throw up. Like a pro doing 90. He pulls into an Exxon station, 5 a.m., nobody there. I open the car door in the Exxon station. I projectile vomit like it's going like 80 feet. I could have won. Like where it hurts your kidney. I'm like, out. Pot smoke is coming out of the car. And now sirens in the back. I'm like, oh, fuck. The kid didn't really know who I was. So now he's going, oh, fuck. He's trying to hide the joint in his crotch. He's burning his balls. He's yelling. So a cop pulls a foot behind our car. I can't stop vomiting because it's a physical thing.
Sure.
I'm projectile vomiting. Pot smoke is billowing out of the car. It looked like there was a new pope in Mexico. And the cop comes up to me, and the kid's like, what's going to happen? Puts a flashlight on my face, 2 feet from my face, like this. The guy goes, Artie! And then he drove away. He did Artie! And he drove the fuck away.
And he just left?
Yeah, he left. The kid looks over me and goes, are you famous? So I think I got away with it. Next morning, Monday morning on Stern, 6:02 a.m. The opening music's not done playing. Robin, there's a cop on the phone says Artie was throwing up at an Exxon. The first hour of the show.
The guy was probably chomping at the bit waiting for the show.
Yeah, that's a cop.
Just to fucking, yeah.
We could write him up, or, if that's a female cop, I'm still in jail today.
No shit.
But, yeah, it's Artie!
That's fantastic, though. Oh, you just, all of a sudden, though, you're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, thank God, you're right.
Skated.
The kid would have been more fucked than me. He had, possession, and
Yeah.
there was enough weed in that thing for.
Well, they'd have given you a ride home. And fucking,
that would have been
take
great.
it easy, fella.
I don't know this asshole.
Son of a bitch.
Artie, you're fine. This guy's doing time. It's worth it, man. Why not be nice to the cops?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have any. Not that I'm faking being nice to the cops or saying that their job is fucking shit.
It is.
Deal with fucking degenerates all day long.
Can you imagine?
But what's the upside of you're trying to be some crusader to.
Right. What are you doing?
Martyr?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're just going to bash the cops and
like Kaepernick's goal. What is it? He got a book deal? Does he want to get on television? I mean, he can't put a sentence together.
Why do that? And I might even understand if you're so delusional because you're growing up and living in squalor and the.
Well, he was, but that's not his story, No, that's a Dennis Rodman story. 2 white people, wealthy white people raised him.
Right?
Yep. Raised him wrong.
I guess so.
What is
That's that liberal mindset too. I'm sure the people that adopted him gave him all these. You know how terrible it is for.
That's a great point. That's worse. The white liberals are the only people that get upset at stuff.
Yeah.
And that's a worse type of racism because it's condescending. They're like saying, "Oh no, you should be offended. You're not smart enough. I'll tell you why you should be offended."
It is.
I'll yell for you. It's like,
liberals are so against genuine equality.
Right.
Like real equality where everyone starts out at this fucking starting line.
Exactly.
And you go and that you look at the past, whatever it was.
Right.
We're all pretty much caught up now.
Absolutely.
And you should be promoted on your abilities and all that happy horse shit.
And my ancestors didn't have slaves. They came here and sold tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to have a plantation.
No, that's a whole nother thing, But then they say there's still the culture of this and systemic racism, and it's all this fucking bullshit. And then what they do is they wind up keeping them in this cycle of poverty.
Well, that's what the Democrats do. They're happy with it, and it's such a good point, But you know what right wing people have on their side is the truth. They have the news on their side.
Right? Yeah.
Chris Cuomo gives you this fantasy world, and then he goes, "Okay, 14 black kids were killed by 14 other black kids," and then terrorist is always an Arab guy, and it's always the truth.
So much they can do, to hide this shit. The Hillary illness thing we were just watching before.
Oh, that's the best.
Bill Clinton gets up. This was today, I think it was, or something. That was today's clip. He gets up. He's talking on behalf of Hillary because she's ill.
You know how many whores are not going to make their monthly nut now?
Because he's
pivot.
He's got to get up there. And he's talking about, he goes, I don't understand how they all say he's got the flu. A lot of people get the flu. It's like, well, what is it? The flu or fucking pneumonia?
Pneumonia.
He's her husband, and he don't know what the fuck this story is.
Because he's bullshitting.
Of course.
He's fucking. I used to call in L.A. I used to have L.A. had so many bullshitters. I used to name them like different species. The speed bullshitter is what he's trying to do right now. It's a very
speed bullshit.
Okay, here's what a speed bullshitter does. They say something that's such incredible bullshit that even they can't fucking believe they said it. So they back it up real quick with two other things that's less bullshit to try to make it. So here's an example. Like, okay, this guy we're having dinner with tonight is Jack Nicholson's son. It's his nephew. He knows him.
The speed bullshitter.
Last night I fucked Jennifer Aniston. I met her. I watch Friends. That's what a speed bullshit is.
Oh, shit.
So he's trying to do that.
Right.
Does he not look like someone, a paper towel full of cum got wrung out?
I was saying that in between Bush and Obama, like right in there, somewhere in there, he was golden boy again.
He was.
Looked back, everyone was waxing fantastic about
him.
Clinton years. We missed him. He was charming. He's out. And it took one fucking year of that bitch wife of his to run for president for everyone to go, oh, this guy's a piece of shit.
Oh, right. Well, how selfish, because she's so hateable. How selfish is she? That poor daughter. She's going to get run through all this bullshit again. She made it through once of like her father shoving a cigar in chick's pussy. I mean, talk about an illness. He risked the presidency to fuck a chick who looked like me in a beret. At the end, when I heard that, I said, she's going to be hotter than Pam Anderson's hotter sister.
Yeah, the president.
I know.
You could get some quality fucking pussy.
Talk about low-hanging fruit. Yeah. And she wants to go back to that office every day where he fucked a fat chick. Every day.
There's no moving the Oval Office. You can't redecorate the Oval Office to remind you that your husband fucked a girl, got jizz on her, fucking cigar in that room.
And you don't move shit. Like, everywhere you look, there's an ottoman he fucked on. There's this he fucked on. And, like egg stains all over the place.
That parent, like fucking the Ramsey family keeping Jean in his room exactly
how creepy
like it was. You know?
Yeah, that helps.
It up and it's like that vibe is still in there. That's what that dumb cowboy hat is still on the fucking wall. That's exactly what it's like. She's going to walk in there every day and be, yeah, this is where he got his dick sucked.
Yeah, I know. Everywhere she goes, he got laid in every room.
Every room.
Hell yeah. And now she's forced to talk about illnesses. And she said, and again, people don't pick up on this shit with like the way we think. You pick up on it. She said, they put an interview years ago where she said, sometimes I leave for the weekend, meaning Hillary, and I get sick. I got to remember to, keep having fluids and dehydrate yourself. And I come back and Bill is always dehydrated. He needs me like he's a kid. And I go, basically what she's saying is you go away for 2 days, you'd come back and Bill seemed drained of fluids. How'd that happen?
How the hell did that happen?
I don't know. I just I'm drained of fluids.
he had another interview and he said he was talking about Hillary's health and her passing out, and he said
she passed out
she frequently has these episodes, and then said, "Oh no, rarely has these episodes."
Oh,
like he slipped up,
right. And then he said she did the same thing.
Fucking did. Yeah. I think it was CBS, was it, or NBC? One of the fucking shill networks.
Right.
Literally cut out the part where he tripped up and said frequently, slapped it together. It was less than a second, and they said they did it for time.
That's unbelievable.
Such lies.
You should get thrown in jail for that.
You should. That's like Soviet-era news agency shit.
Well, first of all, she admits she has enough episodes to get syndication, apparently.
Yeah.
Friends. But she is any doctor, she's a 70-year-old woman, she has pneumonia. When she gets over it, any good doctor would say, okay, run for the presidency of the United States.
Yeah, I think you're up to speed now.
What if she passes out on television?
She was being dragged into that van. The tips of her shoes were dragging on the ground. And it's nothing. A 70-year-old woman, you wouldn't rush that to the hospital.
Right.
And then where was Bill? Like, Bill didn't even show up.
Well, listen. He was dealing with another woman who was passing out. Yeah. Listen, I have to cancel the maid service. He gets a call. Bill, should I tell the 3 midgets and the thongs to leave?
Yeah.
Again, I go back to the daughter. She's getting run through this again, Chelsea.
The life, the childhood that kid has had has
much
to just
attention.
be. And there's no, people obviously say shit about Trump like it's ridiculous.
Right.
His kids just seem like the most
are.
well put together. They're either hiding it very well, some kind of psychosis,
Right.
or they are genuinely nice, well-rounded, successful children.
Right. Well,
that have
Eric
been
seems
raised.
Eric seems like the Ted Kennedy. He seems like a brute.
Right, he's the Ted.
He keeps saying amazing.
Donald Jr. is definitely
He's going to be the guy.
he's
right?
the guy. And they're just, and the daughter is beautiful,
She's
well spoken.
Too hot.
It's amazing. And then you hear about Hillary, where her emails that got lost were all about her daughter's wedding, and I'm a grandmother. She loves it. I haven't seen one fucking picture of her holding that kid.
I know.
Not one picture of her with Chelsea as a kid, even in the White House.
Right.
Not one picture of her with her new grandchild. She's a fucking piece of shit.
Well, it's in the Bible.
One drive for power.
Right, that's what she
it.
made a deal with him probably like, you be the president, I'll look the other way, you
Right.
can fuck everything you
Whatever
want.
you want to do.
But I'm getting in that office. I'm breaking
That's
the
it. I'm
glass
riding
ceiling.
those tails in.
What a shame.
It really is.
She's just sitting there like a old woman.
An old woman who missed her fucking time.
She did.
Missed it, and she's pissed at Obama for getting in 2008.
Oh, absolutely.
Those emails just came out today. Where
I know,
they're
yeah, it's
talking
great.
about how mad she is.
They hate
she
each
calls
other.
him that man, and not even Obama. They fucking hate each other.
They hate each other.
They hate each other.
Oh.
Let's bring in the lovely Mary Jean. I saw her out there. You know Mary Jean?
No.
Where is Mary Jean? Oh,
Mary-
she went to the bathroom.
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
good.
Those are good. I love the audience.
Good faces here.
I love the audience today because they look like good guys. They're on the bleachers. There's two of them. They look like. Remember when Charlie Sheen bought out the bleachers at Wrigley Field to get a home run? They're waiting for a homer.
Waiting for a homer out
Remember they
there.
did that? Him and his two buddies
Come on, guys.
bought the bleachers to get a home run, and no one hit a home run.
That's hilarious. Did that happen?
Yeah, if you're a rich guy, that is a cool thing to do. He just bought out to make sure you got it. Danny's a Cub fan. Maybe later in the game, someone hit one, but they had to wait a long time.
Wow.
I was so rooting for them not to fuck.
Of course. He's been a big collector of fucking sports memorabilia. He got like
viruses, memorabilia.
Yeah, viruses. A big collector of AIDS. That's so.
Could you imagine you tell a chick after, listen, I have full-blown AIDS. Can you sign this?
Oh shit! You can't even fake it when you're Charlie Sheen with
No.
AIDS. You can't be like, just give me a handy with a
What's
glove
Charlie
on.
Sheen?
I'll tell you why later.
First base glove.
Like,
Wow.
Hey,
oh
how
my
you doing?
God, how
Hey,
are
there
you?
she is, Mary Jean. How are you,
She can sit here, I guess.
darling? There she is. Always a treat.
That
You look
is,
fantastic. I got to tell you.
She's a hotter Coco.
Take a hotter Coco, right?
Hot Coco.
Hot Coco. You're hot Coco.
She's prettier than hot
Yeah,
Coco.
slide that mic over. Oh, here comes Garrett to help you. You shouldn't have to pull the mic over by yourself.
Oh my God, so far, I didn't notice.
You can sit there, yeah.
One of the benefits to living in L.A., sometimes fun stuff happens.
Yeah.
I go to see The Way of the Gun. Remember that movie with Ryan Phillips?
Sure do.
Okay.
a good
By
one.
myself on like a Tuesday afternoon in Hollywood. There's four people in the theater. Me, 4 rows in front of me is Ice-T, Coco, and their 7-year-old child. The Way of the Gun is like a rated NC-17.
Yeah, it's a hard R, as they call
The
it.
entire time, every 5 minutes, with a mouthful of popcorn, Ice-T goes, "Ha ha! What now, motherfucker?" I thought I was on candid camera. I'm like, should I say something? The kid is like, just the most violent. I was offended by the movie.
It doesn't fucking seem to matter.
No.
That's why get a babysitter. Just bring your kid to.
Coco was fine with it.
There have been over the years a few instances I've had in movie theaters where I
Right.
thought there was going to be trouble.
Uh-huh.
It was somebody, a black or Hispanic family or something, a little rough.
Right? Yeah, I know.
I had to flee the theater for fear of
Really?
getting in trouble. Yeah.
Well, no. If a fight, some movies you want to fight to break out. Thank God. It's
My girlfriend was being the asshole. Whenever girls get you in trouble with guys, you
I
want
know.
to fucking just, what are you doing?
Sometimes I tell them, if it's like a first or second date, I'm like, look, I'm bailing here.
I'm
I
not
don't know-
going to back you up. I don't know you well enough.
Yeah.
You say something fucking stupid.
Exactly.
I
You
can
want to
run faster than you.
You want to tell the head of the Latin Kings his jacket sucks.
Yeah.
We're not married. I ain't even bailing you out.
Years ago, you could take your kids to like the drive-in. I remember
Right.
going to the drive-in with my parents and just seeing like really hard R movies.
Oh, absolutely.
It was
My father put me in the trunk for Fritz the Cat.
Fritz the Cat, which
Yeah.
was the big X-rated cartoon or something.
Crumb, yeah.
It had a lot of Crumb.
It was like a porno like cartoon.
Yeah. They were like cartoon penises, and
I was 8. I'm watching a cat fuck somebody. I'm like, Dad, what's wrong?
I went to.
I turned out fine.
I talked about years ago. Bonnie and Clyde came out in '68.
That's violent, man.
And I was
How old were you?
I was 7.
Oh,
and I was at the drive-in. I projectile vomited my Arby's all over the car. And of course, my dad's like, "Jesus Christ, Ro, what's wrong with this kid?
Oh.
What's wrong? I just watched." 2 people that I had built up like a relationship with.
Right.
I'm a kid. I liked them. They were fun.
They're the heroes of the movie.
If you didn't know, they were fun people.
They do seem fun.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, what happens? They get not only killed, but I mean Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Sonny at the toll booth kind of fucking shot.
Right.
And I was so upset, and it was gross. I puked
It is.
all
It's
over
upsetting to a kid to see that. You know,
puked all over the place.
movies make everybody more charming. The movie Blow is about a guy who introduced cocaine to America, and it's like, you're responsible for all these deaths. Johnny Depp's him. You root for Johnny Depp. At the very end of the movie, they show the real guy, and you're like, put him the fuck away.
Fucking,
he's ugly.
Degenerate. Fucking degenerate.
Right. We don't want an ugly person.
Yeah, another one. My father decides to take me to see Barbarella.
Man, what the fuck?
I know. And now this was, I couldn't even be in the back of the pickup truck.
Yeah.
I used to back it in sometimes stuff because it was inclement weather. That was always good, watching the driving in the rain.
Yeah, if you have a family story that starts the 2 words Barbarella and pickup truck are in it.
Yeah, pickup truck, Barbarella, bad. So now I'm sitting in the seat. There's me, and then my father's girlfriend of many years, and then my father. And we're watching Barbarella, and it starts. The opening credits are Jane Fonda, kind of a naked silhouette.
She's hot.
But you could see her still. It wasn't a complete silhouette. And she's kind of flipping around in space.
Yeah.
It was very... And
It's very 60s.
yes, very 60s. And I saw, like, every so often you see the pubic mound and tits and nipples. I was like this. I'm sitting watching, and I'm like... I couldn't breathe slow. I'm trying to breathe. And then my dad's noticing the fucking windshield's getting fogged up.
Oh, man.
I couldn't take it.
No, you can't take it.
I was so turned on and uncomfortable. My dad, his girlfriend.
That early 70s Bush, like it came out.
Oh.
It looked like a chick, it looked like Don King was receiving communion or something.
Yes, it was a big jiffy pop thing of pubes.
And there was a reason for that. The cavemen, to trap odor. So they would know where so cavemen would know where the women were. It was supposed to stink.
It was supposed to hold that in.
The whole purpose of it was to get odor there so they knew where these broads were. I'm like, how's a caveman losing a woman? Where's she going?
I thought, where's she going?
Don't be out late.
I see you, I got you. That's pretty much what it was back then.
Don't make me club you.
I thought it was a friction thing, too.
Yeah.
Like if there's hair there on both your mounds, if it's rubbing, it's not as bad as just bare skin.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, too.
You get that, but I could see how it... And I know girls they've shaved for decades now.
Yeah, well, we remember it. We're old enough to remember.
But I think genetically there's been a change where they can't even grow big bushes anymore.
Yep, that happens with you.
Every girl I knew had a big bush.
Evolution.
Yeah.
Evolution, yeah.
You have to do that, I call it the Venus flytrap. You have to go like this, peel it apart. If you remember Ronan Martin's laughing, very interesting.
It's like you get malaria. It's like the Panama Canal construction.
Yeah. You're chopping through with a machete.
I know.
It was big muff. And it was hot to see. Like, if you were in the bed or something, and a girl's coming at you, or she does that lift the hips thing when you pull the panties off.
Right.
When you first saw that,
the bush.
It was fucking astounding.
You wanted to see it. That meant stuff was going well. And then it went to a landing strip.
Right.
Then it was gone.
And then, much like the rainforests, just depleted.
It was considered creepy. The old Italian guys I was at the port with, the wise guys, they thought that was like you're fucking a kid or something. It was creepy.
Right. They didn't like the pedophilia aspect to it. But it was more like, because strippers and porn stars started doing that before. Right. Jane Doe started doing it around.
There was always a chicken hustler who would do it.
Like, right. Do something like that. And then it just became something. Mary Jane, what are you sporting down there?
Black underwears.
And you're totally shaved?
I laser.
She showed it.
Oh, you laser.
How often do you do that?
Once a month.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but I've been doing it for a while. So, like, the woman who does it, she told me, like, I don't have to do it anymore.
Oh, good. Wow, that's
great. It doesn't grow in at all.
Oh, it grows sometimes, and then I shave it off.
So it's not enough to where it's a problem. We just real.
Yeah, we're not going 60s.
Yeah.
Not
You
down
Must
here.
have been able to cultivate a pretty good one before the laser, though, right?
Not really.
No?
No, I think after you shave, it never grows the same.
Some people don't have a lot of hair. It's
Yeah.
naturally.
And no hair on the asshole is the best part because, like, it doesn't get in the way when you're having sex.
No hair on the asshole.
That is good with a girl, Even an errant
Ew.
1 or 2 hairs can kind of kill the mood sometimes.
Yeah,
Especially
it turns
on-
me off.
Especially in an omelet.
Yeah, you want that nice and squeaky clean.
You want me to lose weight? If I find the hair in eggs, I won't eat for 4 weeks.
Right?
I can't do it. It's the most disgusting.
And it's not like, maybe a model was walking by and a hair came out. Like, I wouldn't mind that. I have girlfriends that I've kissed their heads.
Oh, yeah,
And
sure.
it's, what's up there? Fucking hair. I go down on their pussy. Sometimes it's hair.
Yeah, everything's fine.
It's one of those things. But it's some guy in the back cooking.
Right. Now, of course, it's not.
Armpit hair.
It's someone who looks like that guy with the acne from the movie Heat.
Yeah.
The guy from. It doesn't look attractive.
That's him sweating. and
Edward James
fucking
Olmos.
greasy. Edward James Olmos.
The thought of that is just.
No, that's terrible.
Well, most of the world is ugly. There's not many attractive. When you see an attractive person on the street, it's an event. You go, wow, that's a pretty person.
is.
Most people are disgusting.
I've gotten very bad at because now I vocalize it.
You say you're disgusting.
And I'm like, you're disgusting.
You're awful. And the guy's like, sorry, John Stamos.
No, if there's like a very attractive girl, I take the train in and I'm in Penn Station walking through, and there's a lot of people from a lot of different places.
Right.
And I'll see like a girl and just be like, oh my God, she's fucking pretty.
Oh, I forgot.
And I'm like saying it out loud like a psychopath.
I go on tangents. I follow them. I forgot to pick my mother
Yes.
up. I forgot to pick my mother up at the doctor twice because I was following a chick.
You're just following a girl. It's like,
Oh, Mom, I'm
no
in
ill intent or anything, but I
No,
just
right.
want to see.
Mom, I'm in Sea Caucus.
See that.
I'm in Sea Caucus. I'm trying to find chloroform. I'll be there.
Like a chloroform store around here.
I was on a subway with a hot chick in Chicago, and I missed 3 innings of a Cub game because I'm like, what did I think was going to happen?
Yeah, what happens in those? But first of all, it's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, right. Best case scenario, I'm arrested.
Yeah, yes, best case. Sometimes you got to get past them to see from the front, and then that's awkward.
If
You
that-
got to do a thing like you pass them, they get past you, and then
Right.
you go like,
Right, and then if it's disappointing, you go,
Then you're
what a
pissed
waste
that
of
you wasted
time.
that much
Right,
time.
Yeah.
right, it's a
Well,
dude.
LA used to be like that when I first moved out there. LA was like, a chick is hot, really attractive from a distance. And then when she gets close, she looks like, Walter Matthau.
Yeah.
But back in the day, sometimes it was Walter Matthau.
Sometimes it was actually Walter Matthau.
All that makeup and.
Twitter is notorious for that because you'll see somebody will
I know.
comment and I'll be like, oh, and I'll hit they get that little fucking picture first.
Right.
And it's like, well, that looks kind of nice. And you hit it and it blows up a little bit. And then you can now use the 2-finger and get, and each progression is
I
like,
know.
what the fuck just happened? It's Ernest Borgnine. And I swear I thought it was fucking,
You realize it's your buddy Tony from high school.
yeah, wait a minute. Oh, that's why he's
My buddy Eddie, who could fart a whole lot of love by Led Zeppelin. It's him.
talent.
We tried to do that. My ex fiance, we tried to get a good picture of me. 4 hours, we couldn't get a good angle.
Not get a good angle. Every conceivable angle taken.
Now you still look like Artie Lang.
Couldn't find a one. People are brutal, Artie. on
Yeah, they are.
Social media.
Oh.
It's just
You can't be sentimental. Don't make that mistake
you
ever.
cannot be.
I ended up when I got engaged, and it ended in a fire wreck. A lot of people predicted that, but I had made the mistake of taking a picture of me and her, and I said, "Hey, I got engaged, guys. Want to share it with me?" And you share it. Okay, first tweet back. 17-year-old kid. His handle was Artie's bloated liver. That was his handle. Okay.
You know it's not going to be good.
First tweet back after my engagement. Eat a dick, fatty.
Asshole.
But the girl was like, "That's terrible." I'm like, "What did you think was going to happen? It's Artie's bloated liver."
That's what it is. You get sometimes you could just
I'm going to make the best man speech. No, I know exactly. It's just,
Artie's bloated liver.
and they do it anonymously,
Yeah.
It's probably my mother.
Sometimes it's very hurtful.
They're
You
brutal.
just don't. And then your friends are tagged in it too, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Someone
God.
saw that?
Yeah. Oh, what happened?
Yeah.
But it's kind of good being a guy that hasn't been known for his looks his whole life.
no.
Because then you can't really go anywhere from there.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Why do I want to get famous? Then I'm really not going to be known for my looks.
Right.
I mean, more people don't know me for my looks.
Right. It's just not as bad because, you know, if you're a pretty boy or something, and then
Right.
you get fat or you get old
I
or
love
something like
that.
that,
I love
it's
it.
just brutal. People will just destroy
I
you.
love it. And then when you date a hot chick, when you get famous, you can't trust her. She gives you that shit. Oh, you're my type. I always like guys like you. Yeah, really, you had a poster of a manatee in high school. Tom Arnold tried to get away with that bullshit. His next girlfriend was a young Heather Locklear.
Right, yeah.
After Roseanne Barr. I got the 40 mil and...
Isn't it always a coincidence that the girls that find that is their type also happen to have money?
I know. Howard used to go, John Stamos was one of Howard's best friends, and Howard, you know, Beth is beautiful, Howard's wife. She's like stunningly beautiful.
Yeah.
And, you know, John Stamos was with Rebecca Romaine at the time. Yep. It's the four of them in a hot tub. And I used to bust Howard's ball. I go, if the phone rings, who's getting out to get it? Who's the group going to vote to go on a beer run? And three supermodels and you.
That's bad, man.
You come back and both girls are pregnant.
You just
that is hard. It's hard. Like you're now you're going into the good-looking world. That's a rough world.
That's an awkward place to be if you're not that guy.
They have a club.
Yeah, they have a club.
You know,
you're not in it.
Why would I take a good-looking girl around good-looking guys? Why wouldn't they fuck each other? Like,
Yeah.
I totally understand that.
Yeah, there was who the hell were we talking about yesterday? From Newark, the old mayor in Newark.
What's
Cory
his
Booker.
Sharp
Booker.
Oh, Cory.
Right? Booker. Yeah,
Well, he's the guy who's
senator.
Sharp James was the best one.
Job James.
He was. What did Cory Booker do something bad?
Well, Cory Booker is going out with a 28-year-old internet poet, and she's a hot girl.
A poet.
She's very pretty.
Right.
And there's a picture of Cory Booker. Oh, Cory's not even in the picture, is he? He might be. But then it's and then Orlando Bloom's with him. It's like, what are you doing?
I'll leave you alone with Orlando
Why are you
Bloom.
taking your girl around Orlando fucking Bloom?
You shouldn't do that.
You just don't do that.
It's gonna end with me hitting Orlando Bloom with a fungo bat.
Girls are fucking, you know, they're girls. They're going to look like that and have fantasies.
Right.
And some people are fine with it, but why push it?
Yeah, when you go to a model,
Why take the chance?
Well, that's what I mean. When you go to a model type, you really go. I mean, like, you know,
Yeah.
now you're in the league where, you know, in the Hamptons with parties with Richard Gere. Well, you're not. That's a bad league.
I went through a phase where I was the ridiculous. I looked ridiculous with, you know, some of my girlfriends.
Yeah, I've batted above my my batting average.
Above
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
pay grade
right.
or whatever it is.
Definitely.
Your average. There were there it is. Look, his chick is the one with the real curly hair.
Oh wow! Oh, she's pretty.
Very cute
Yeah.
and stuff. And then it's like, look at Orlando Bloom. Don't want to give him the chance.
And he's got anecdotes from the set of Pirates of Penzance. So the fuck he was in.
Yeah, he's got Pirates of Penzance.
He's got that money.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, here's another royalty check from Caribbean. He calls it one word like that hip. A Caribbean check here. Yeah.
Yeah, I went out with a runway model for a little while, and it was kind of awkward. We go out to dinner when she was all gussied up. She looked really good.
Right.
Or then, of course, the traffic girl from Channel 11 was a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
That's nice.
I'd have to go to some events.
Right.
Where everyone knows her and she's like speaking at something and I'm her date.
I hate events.
Oh, look at this guy.
I know.
What's this dirtbag doing?
I can never date a girl who will be a more famous comedian than me because I just don't want to go.
You don't wanna go to events.
Ryan Seacrest. Who's this? He's playing the funny bone in Pittsburgh.
Right, yeah.
Who's this?
Oh, who's your date?
I have such bad self-esteem, though, Ant, that if a chick is willing to fuck me, I feel she'd fuck anything breathing.
Right.
So, so my competition is everything in the world.
Everything that breathes.
At a party, I'm like, on the way home, like, you were talking to the dog a little longer. What's with you and Buster?
We're asking for where the peanut butter was.
You know, me and Buster are friends. You're friends with Buster. We'll talk about this later.
You got a boyfriend there, Mary Jane?
Like 20.
20 boyfriends.
No, I don't even have one.
No boyfriend.
No boyfriends.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what are you looking for? Do you care about that? You don't want a boyfriend, or I mean, you could have one easily, right? I'm sure.
Well, I want long walks on the beach.
How about a short
nice
walk on the
Italian
beach?
dinners.
Oh, what? A guy won't take you to dinner?
They take me to dinner, of course, but then they want to fuck me, so that turns me off.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Imagine the guy that hit the beaches in Normandy being told, I like long walks on the beach. Yeah, not me. As short as possible,
Yeah,
please.
I like short.
That probably wasn't fashionable to say for
Everybody that I knew, like, then they had no legs, so they couldn't walk.
yeah, the long walk on the beach added to it. No legs or innards.
Well, when are you allowed to have make love to you then? How long? How many dinners is that going to take?
Like 3 dinners.
3 dinners.
That's fantastic. I
At
mean,
least she's got a criteria.
as pretty as she is, that's fantastic. That's nothing.
2, if you like start playing footsie with me under the table on the second date.
How do we get that down to 1?
That's good.
I drop in my hand. I'm massaging your ankle in Nobu.
Then I'd be like, oh my God, you're a keeper.
I usually have 3
love
dinners
you.
every night. So this is our 3rd dinner.
With a crippled guy. She thinks he doesn't like her. Playing footsie with me. What the
The fuck is
Hawking.
going
Stephen
on?
Hawking is just fucking sitting there. He's fucking a dud.
Would you like to dance?
I've been rubbing his leg with my foot for an hour. He doesn't even seem to notice.
How many dinners before sex? Would you like to hear my theory of everything?
Of everything.
No, I want to go to Danceteria. Okay. Well, do you have children?
I have a dog. I feel like
Okay.
he equals like 5 children.
So you're one of those girls that kids kind of that's a bad thing, right?
Well, I don't want a
What's up your
baby
body?
daddy. I want like a husband. So
Right.
I'm trying to save that for,
Wow.
you
It's
know,
hard. You're describing a guy that doesn't exist in this day and
long
age.
walks at the beach,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
marriage.
well, the beach is my only issue because I'm a diabetic.
I don't
How
like,
sexy.
yeah, I don't like the beach
Oh my
either.
Does it turn you on if a guy accidentally signs an autograph with an insulin pen? Because I've done that a couple of times. Let me get that Artie's bloated liver.
Yeah, run with that one. Mary Jean has what is this, Lion Beauty Salon? You opened up your own beauty salon on Salon.
Allah salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum beauty salon.
You're in a jihad with the other salon across the street.
So you're Amsterdam Ave, so you're uptown.
Yeah, uptown
Nice.
with all my Dominicans, which
What
I
street?
love.
What's the cross street? What number?
171st.
Oh, okay. That's a 109th in Amsterdam in the early '90s. There was a kid chained to a cinder block behind
no,
a deli,
poor
and
guy.
he used to have coke. And he'd give him the coke. He was chained to a cinder. It was the most depressing. And my 109th in Amsterdam. Yeah, and I should give
Oh,
him.
there you go. Oh my goodness.
Well, that's
I
gonna
didn't realize I was up there.
That's how you know your story's not good. It's just like
Be like,
okay.
fuck the cocaine.
There's tits.
Boobies.
Yeah, I stopped.
I still don't know what happened to the guy with the cinder block.
Well, he was a crackhead. It was so terrible. And he gave you the drugs, so he wouldn't run away with the dope, I guess.
So he was, obviously the guy. He wasn't the head of
Right.
the operation. Middleman somewhere. Middle management.
He wasn't Escobar.
Oh wow, that's some road warrior shit right there.
Imagine that's your day.
Hey, yeah.
I've gotten up to be a stand-up comic, the best life ever, and I don't feel like getting up. I got to go chain myself to a cinder block today. I'm doing the 4 to 12 shift.
You're gonna run off with the dope. Wow, you look like you've gotten bigger.
Do they? I know. Everybody keeps telling
Everyone's
me
saying
that.
that?
Yeah, but these are
rigor.
my same boobs.
Yeah, bigger.
What? No, the breasts are very pretty. Very.
Like that.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at those areolas.
Can I show you my
Nice,
nipple?
Nice, even tan.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I have a little.
That is
like
even.
that.
Yeah. Where do
Yeah.
you sunbathe? Is that like for the?
Out on the beach when I'm taking long
Long walks on the beach.
What is it? You want a suntan or long walk?
They're,
Well, I go like topless.
what is
What the
it?
fuck are we doing? I'm on my second dinner. You're walking on the beach.
I play footsie with you.
Unnecessarily angry at the whole situation.
How about you? We'll compromise. You walk. I'll be in the second dinner while you walk. Come back. You have the third dinner.
What's that like uptown? What kind of clientele? You put in weaves and stuff?
Yeah, we're doing weave, blowouts. I'm gonna have a barber too, and
Oh.
pedicure, so nails.
Oh, nice. What, is the cinder block guy there ever? Did he come in? Or?
No drug dealing going on, Artie.
Yeah. Well, that's. Do you do this? Do you do the hair yourself?
Yeah, remember I cut your hair like 5 years ago?
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. That was. Oh, that's.
That was.
that was me.
Haircut since. I haven't cut my hair since.
He hasn't had a haircut
I
since.
fell asleep.
You haven't had a haircut
You know,
since?
you fell asleep in the. Well, it's probably very comfortable having her
I'm on heroin.
right there.
Stay awake.
No, you love what I was giving you a little head massage. You loved it. You went like this.
You were fantastic.
Oh.
Did I promise the long walk on the beach? That's the attitude. I'm supposed to give you at Rockaway Beach.
Never came through.
I tell you, the greatest thing ever that heroin did for me, Kathy Griffin was on the Stern Show, being all sentimental, crying about telling her mother she got nominated for an Emmy because it was a dream, and I'm snoring over the story. And anyway, Howard, it was like, I started to go, my mother said, if you ever get nominated for an Emmy, that's all my grandmother wanted was you to get nominated. And she's like, does he have to be here?
Holy shit.
You weren't on heroin when she was cutting your hair.
No?
No, you were clean.
I was?
You were enjoying
Yeah, we spoke.
You were in my apartment all
How do you know?
I stopped doing heroin in front of people. And
Yeah, that was
okay, I was.
one step at a time.
I was probably just tired.
No, you were relaxed.
Oh, you
Loved
were
it.
that was great because the massage and and I'm technically working.
I love that shit when you get a pretty girl. Oh, is that? Yeah, look at this. Holy shit.
Oh my God, yeah.
So what's the
Look
process?
at Boschetti behind me.
Yeah, Bichetti's back there.
Look at her. We don't look like we're the same species.
You're gonna brush it out.
Look at her and look at us.
On.
How is there a God?
Over it, so you won't get.
How long
hair
ago is this? You look
on him.
exactly the same.
And
That's
Awful.
beautiful.
This is 3 years ago, was?
brush it out, water it down.
Like I had my own show for a while. I blacked out that. I don't remember any of it.
Jesus
I
Christ.
don't remember getting to the studio ever.
How'd you get a barber chair? That's
I don't know. They just had it.
Yeah, they had a
one
barber
laying around.
It was a
chair.
$3 million studio they built.
Yeah.
handy.
I had the worst part of working for DirecTV. Got to pretend Dan Patrick's funny.
Look at Bichetti he was staring at her.
I'm the only guy who gave Boschetti a job ever where he got a paycheck. And he
Fantastic.
gives me shit. Like
I love the set. It's just like a kitchen or something. What the?
it was great. We had everything there. Mozzarella.
Serious.
Everything was on the house too.
Love it.
I cried after I did this.
You did what?
No, it was so nice. You guys had my name on the top.
You're gonna come
I was
every
like,
night.
oh my God.
Did you say, can I come every night? Yeah, you come.
Yeah? Oh my.
That.
Now I know.
Boschetti in there every night. Why don't I?
Yeah. Why the fuck? Why wouldn't you let her in there? Wow, that is.
Boschetti's
That's amazing. Look
Look
at
at how
that.
pretty you are. That's unbelievable.
Oh, beautiful.
You look like you look like I look like I washed up on the shore from like a mental institution. I look like John Wayne Gacy escaped and washed up on a shore, and a beautiful girl gave me a haircut while Boschetti watched. That was my co-host, John Ritchie, next to Boschetti. He was in 2 Super Bowls, lost them both, the Eagles and the Raiders.
Oh, shit.
That kid right there, great guy.
He was a little corny.
Well, he's not a comedian.
Oh
but
my God, he
also
tried.
worked for NBC Sports, and I would say stuff like, he goes, all right, well, I can't.
Oh, yeah, I can't be. Yeah. I'm gonna.
He kept
lose my
talking
fucking
about
gig.
relax.
Yeah.
I can't laugh at the Special Olympics bit.
Oh shit! He can't laugh at any of that. No, he's gonna lose his job.
I said to him, it's all, what am I doing there?
God.
Making a little.
That's
face.
what happens when I I was on heroin.
Oh, you're relaxed.
That's a heroin look. Yeah.
I love though when a nice looking girl cuts your hair like that and then shampoos it. And
You're looking at well, usually I'm paying her.
Yeah.
What is it? Look at how good she is.
Oh, a little.
I look like one of the. This was my job.
That is fantastic.
I'm the reason we fought the Revolutionary War, man.
Yeah, look at that.
I was
hair.
making 700
I love how it brushed to the side like that. You look like you're ready to take your 5th grade
Like,
class.
what am I in My 3 Sons?
Oh, is that great?
All right, the fat kid's getting ready for his class picture.
Holy shit.
I look like Engelbert
I had a bar on the side.
when he was on the shitter eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. What do you mean biscuits and coleslaw are extra?
Holy shit.
I was making $700K a year.
The hair is the guy. The hair is the guy that wanted his stapler in fucking office.
I'm going to burn the place down. Look at the size of Bochetti's head.
Oh man, and it's just fixated.
We told Boschetti he
Mary
believed.
Jean's ass.
For 3 days, we had him go on the Kentucky Fried Chicken call. They wanted to give him an ad campaign. They wanted his head to be the new bucket.
And he was
for
lying.
3 days he thought it was.
Of course he was.
I go, well, Mike, are you insulted by it? He goes, Artie, you know how much? I said $350,000. He goes, Artie, you know, I need the money. My darling mother needs the money. I'm like, well, you're willing to. And then after 3 days, I said, we can let this go, but you're not the bucket of chicken.
You're not the bucket head chicken bucket.
What happened? They Googled you.
I get my hair cut over at the John Sahag in Midtown over there, wherever the fuck it is.
Really?
Oh yes, John Sahag.
So the only drug you did was AZT.
Yeah, that's it. They have a drip for everybody that comes in. An AZT drip. But sometimes you get a nice looking girl. She fucking
Yeah.
It's like
Look
a
at that.
Wolfman
That's
or something.
iconic.
Isn't it?
So
You
what?
look like you turn
So,
into the Wolfman.
do you get a chick when you go there?
Yeah,
Like,
you get a girl cuts my hair,
Right.
but then when you get it shampooed, sometimes it's like, okay, come over here. I'm gonna shampoo your hair now.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, I can't. And you can't say anything. But now I'm like this.
I know.
I'm all like stiff. I like when the girl kind of rubs on you.
Oh, absolutely. It's a girl.
Your arm or tits are right. Like you must be, like to have you.
Oh, I
you
know.
cut
Well,
my-
her breasts were hitting my head,
oh,
and I remember that.
that's got to be great. Just resting on your shoulders as she's
Oh,
cutting your hair.
oh, I felt like digging up. I felt like going to my father's grave, digging him up, and showing him this, and going, "Look what I do! Look what I do for a living, dick lick." He climbed roofs.
Yeah.
I think the best he did was $35K a year. He didn't even have a will. Like art, just
Look what I'm doing.
divide up the piece of sheetrock with you and your cousins. And no, I love him, but you know, he could have prepared a little better.
A little better, yeah.
Look at us. We're iconic there. We should get married. We're in a cartoon together.
That is really sweet right there.
I mean, you know,
So weird looking to
Good,
me.
you don't like it? You don't like that?
I don't know. It looks.
I mean, I look horrendous. You look fantastic. I
You
mean,
look like you're actually turning into Wolfman. It's doing that.
I look horrendous. You look good, which I think is going to be a running theme.
Yeah, you would be like people would look. They just stare at you. If you were a couple
Right.
walking down the street, they would stare and wonder, you know.
Actually, you're prettier than that picture. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
They actually made me ugly.
That stupid app doesn't work.
Is that an app? Does
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
What is that? We should look at Medusa too long.
Aaron
What
was
is
doing it by hand for a while, and oh my goodness.
an app? An entire generation doesn't think
And
it
now
happens.
you hit a button and bam, it makes a picture like that.
How did a smartphone get invented?
I don't know.
Did you go to high school with anybody who could even remotely invent a smartphone?
No.
How big is Asia? I mean,
Yeah, how, I don't know. And the way it kind of progressed from a shitty little flip phone thing to
Right.
someone had the idea of just
I know.
this. I don't know.
Well, the first generation now is not as smart as their phones.
It's
a phone for everything.
but they do get you in a bit of trouble.
Oh,
And I don't like this new feature on the fucking 10 because I upgraded the OS yesterday.
Right.
And now if the phone's sitting there, like the whole fucking text message comes up like bam,
Right.
right in front of the screen. That's a troublemaker.
I hate when they if you use a word a lot, they finish the word for you.
Yeah.
Which is why if I have a black friend, I never text good night. You're staying at my house down the shore. Just lock up. I'll lock up for you. Okay. Good night. And then instead it says good night.
You motherfucker.
Good night.
Nice.
This is the only show I can do that joke.
Yeah.
I pitched that to the segment producer, James Corden.
Didn't go for it.
That guy's nominated for an Emmy. It's not. You're better off here, Ant, with the podcast.
Oh, tell me
you know
about
what I mean?
it.
That
I
show,
know.
but his signature bit is karaoke in a car. That's like a housewife does
I
that.
know everyone fucking, and it gets millions of hits.
Oh, come on.
Look, I like driving and I like karaoke.
Right.
But
I don't like
put it
him.
together, it's supposed to be entertainment.
Then they say, well, he always goes viral because of brilliant bits. He has Adele singing Adele. That goes.
That's
Give us Adele for 10 minutes. We'll go viral. With it.
Yeah, that'll go viral.
Yeah.
We'll have her fucking
We'll have,
AC/DC. That'd be a little. At least it's different.
or we'll give her something. The herp.
I read something about it. Yeah, Hillary Clinton. He thanked a woman for shattering ST, sexually transmitted infection stigma in a powerful letter.
Yeah.
Do you believe that's what that
Why would
Hillary's
she-
doing?
yeah.
She's taking time to write letters to some fucking who?
If you're married to Bill Clinton, why bring up sexual anything?
She,
You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
I think it's because it might hit a little close to home.
You know, Trump and Clinton had a threesome at some point, and Trump is really alluding to that. He's like, remember this? He's showing pictures. That might be the October surprise.
That'd be great.
They're both fucking Kylie Minogue.
Pictures of fucking Bill and Donald having.
Why would it have happened?
Rotisserie,
Yeah.
playing fucking cards on her back.
They hung out, they hung out together,
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past.
Clinton always had that look like at any moment you could get him to have a threesome. At any moment. Like,
Whenever he's around pretty girls, he's constantly like groping a little shoulder.
It's an illness, yeah.
He just loves it. That's him. That's who
him.
he is.
Yep.
He's always been that guy.
And now he wants to be our
first
guy.
Our first dude.
He's going back to that house.
I wanted to see this a little earlier too. An anchorman mistakenly announces death of Hillary Clinton. Was this real? We got caught yesterday.
You know that happened
I'm
to
not
me.
sure if it's real.
Yeah.
You know that happened to me. It's the worst. In Vegas, somebody called when we were out there doing the show. It got on television. And I died. That my girlfriend.
Oh my God.
You could Google that and find this.
That it was you.
You want to hear it? So we played it on the air next day. It's like hearing your comedian Artie Lang found dead, and the security at the Hard Rock had to come up and see that I was alive to make sure. And it got on television. So I said, if my mother is making a mozzarella omelet in Jersey and sees that, there's going to be trouble. And thank God I called her.
Called her from the beyond, and
I'm not dead, Ma. If you see anything, I'm not
holy
dead.
shit! How did it get to boy? They don't check anything, do they?
No, they just
They don't give
a phone call based on one phone call.
One
it got
phone
it got
call.
on TV.
Some guy who literally was pulling a Baba Booey.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Instead of fucking
Stern
saying
fan
that
got it on the TV.
Artie's dead. Wow, that's got to be alarming to watch, right?
Yeah, and she did not look upset. The anchor.
No, no.
Yeah, and then a baby
As an
panda.
aside.
A baby panda was born in the.
Yeah.
And
So the circle of life continues, people.
to continue with the light news, Artie Lang dead. Yeah.
Wow, that's brutal.
It was like very eerie, very eerie. And my girlfriend could have cared less. She was in bed with me. She goes, "Did you hear what happened?" She goes, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah, well. Not.
You're not
let me
dead.
See that, let me see that clip there.
Is this the Hillary one?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Bookman.
And I'm Joe Torres. We begin with the breaking news about Hillary Clinton's death. Hillary Clinton's doctor has just revealed the presidential candidate has been diagnosed with pneumonia.
Wait.
That's weird.
All right, is that fake?
No, he meant health. He probably said health on the teleprompter, and he just
And it looked like death because he's just an idiot that reads whatever the fuck is in front of
40
him.
and slipped it. Yeah.
That is great. Can I hear that one more time? Just because it turns me on to hear it.
Anchor, Mr.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Bookman.
And I'm Joe Torres. We begin with the breaking news about Hillary Clinton's death. Hillary Clinton's doctor has just revealed.
Boy, he didn't even like slip. He was right there with it.
You know,
He owned it.
I got a feeling that the thing that you hear most in that guy's world before someone makes a mistake is, "I'm Joe Torres." I'm Joe Torres.
Oh shit! Wow, that'll get you a little jammed up.
Right, that
Caught
is
some shit.
What a mistake.
Yeah, that is a pretty good mistake right there.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's
This is
the guy that My Pillow guy annoys the shit out of me.
How much did he spend on a media buy that guy? It's every other fucking
every other commercial.
There's
It's My Pillow. Hi.
He sounds like
I
Jesse the Body,
invented-
Jesse Ventura.
Because they're from Minnesota. It's that accent.
There's a guy who talks about how good it is, who has the most annoying voice. He goes, I like My Pillow because I wake up rested. Every morning I wake up rested.
It's a deep hatred of everyone in that commercial.
Yeah, Larry Zonky.
It took me 20 years to invent it.
Fucking pillow.
First, I had the soft stuff on the outside, and the cover was inside.
Yeah, what was the mistakes you were making?
I used gravel first, and people complained they wanted soft. Hi, it's My Pillow. I'm the inventor.
You have the right amount of drugs in you. I've slept on fucking Bud Light bottles.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
My Pillow.
Then he finally decided it had to be soft.
Right.
You could fold it in half.
What was it made out of?
You make up rusted.
Rusted.
And then the other guy used to say, this leak will cost you thousands in repairs. This leak will go through thousands of repairs.
There he is. I'm Mike Lindell.
Sleeping at
Look
night.
at him.
Our pillows go flat. We end up folding our pillows over for support,
pussy.
using our arms, flip-flopping all night long like a guppy. We wake up in the morning, we have
Like
sore
a
necks, we
guppy.
have headaches, our arms are
They
asleep.
just look
we feel
pissed
like
at
we
each
need
other.
a nap in the
Yeah.
afternoon, even
What
though
is
we've slept
that?
8 hours. Well, with my patented fill,
But that
wherever
cross,
you
is that the
move
cross
this
Christ
pillow,
carried up the
it'll
hill, or
follow
what?
the exact position for
Little
you
in
as
his
an
face.
individual, and you'll
Patented.
get the
Oh, I
best
wanna
night's
try
sleep
that
of your life.
pillow.
You're also
What do you?
stays
No, I.
cool. You
What
don't
is?
have to flip
What's
it to the
special
post.
about it?
It's to
Yeah,
combine
look
your
how
Pillow,
pretty
and
the
it'll be your
commercial
pillow, but
is.
it's still my pillow. Get it?
You can throw it right
Listen, McMahon.
Okay, McMahon.
Look out, avalanche.
Make sure you put your tinfoil hat on before you lay on the pillow so the government can't read your mind.
That's perfect.
Mind control. Fucking guy.
He had the conspiracy show. He
Oh,
realized.
remember that one?
Yeah, he realized he didn't have enough for syndication. After
That
3, he had to
fucking
make.
show was hilarious because he would make it seem like something was going to happen and nothing ever happened.
Nothing happened.
Join me and my team as we go to Plum Island to uncover a disease environment.
Plum Island.
And then he's taking a boat over, and it's like they'll let the governor come on, and they turned him away, the Coast Guard.
Oh, of course they did.
And he turned away, and he's like, "Well, what are they hiding?"
I love the guys. Yeah, I love the guys who say a plane didn't hit the Pentagon on 9/11.
That's a great one.
The
too.
argument,
Yeah.
the argument in the back is yes, it did.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
The
pretty much
video
the
on it.
argument.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. Here's the shape. Here's what happened. Here's a. Oh, you mean to tell me that,
That's perfect.
that light posts can't take a plane down? No, I'm not. I mean to tell you, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, can someone outside of Minnesota invent a better pillow?
Yeah.
From St. Louis, maybe?
Somebody outside of Minnesota.
Chicago. Like, oh my God, I'm telling you right now, I got the pillow better than my pillow guy. The
Building 7, they told him to stand down. No, they didn't.
best commercial ever.
They didn't.
Best commercial on right now, Mario Lopez for toenail fungus.
Oh, the toenail fungus.
That is the
Because he's glamorously on the red carpet.
Yes, he thinks,
and then you got to bring up toenail fungus.
Right. He thinks. Let me tell you something. Brando could not do this better. The turn he has to make as an actor. I've played this at comedy clubs on big screens.
Toenail
Okay,
fungus.
exactly. He thinks like George Clooney's going to come out of there. He's like, wow, who is it? And then he goes,
Oh, you got to pop that up.
and it's not George Clooney.
No.
It's toenail fungus.
It's toenail fungus.
So what is? I mean, could Maria Menounos do that better? No. Whoa, toenail fungus.
There he is.
Ready?
Next arrival is, whoa, toenail fungus. Friday with Julia. Julia is a prescription medicine used to treat toenail fungus. Use Julia.
Whoa!
At the
Toenail
You
fungus.
got to go to the end, though. The end is a picture of him and the toenail fungus like, with their arms around each other. It's a toe with a top hat on and glasses.
Oh, my God.
Okay. That two-shot.
That is hilarious.
If somebody asked any human being on the planet, who would you rather get a beer with? It's the only time someone would say the toe.
Toenail fungus. The toenail fungus looks a lot like Paul Williams. Doesn't he?
He's
just an old-fashioned love song.
He looks like the annoying cooler friend who gets like...
And now here he is talking with toenail fungus, who is all gussied up for the awards.
Look at the other toes or his entourage. The other toes, like you can't... You barely say, hey, now who are you with? This is my wife. Does she have fungus?
Oh.
Yeah, it flames up sometimes.
Yes.
And, look at the other toes.
Oh, my God.
That is terrible.
The ring finger toe was starting some problems last night at the awards. He got a little drunk.
You know what she said? These are my buddies from high school. I said, we're going to go out with Mario. He's going to step on a pussy landmine. We'll get hit with shrapnel.
Dude, that line where he goes, toenail fungus.
The turn Brando. Is Brando doing that better?
Right?
No. I mean,
that is perfect.
Did he have to audition for that? Like him and David Faustino in the green room? With a script.
Toenail. Oh, toenail fungus.
We're looking for someone taller, David.
We need, all right, could you do that? Whoa, toenail fungus.
That's what I mean.
That's it. Let me see it again.
Where our next arrival is, whoa, toenail fungus.
Now think about this. How mad is Screech in a hotel room in Pittsburgh with a meth dealer at this?
Holy.
Oh my God, I saw that movie too.
Oh.
You know how many times Mario Lopez made Screech watch him fuck a chick that Screech had a fucking...
Oh, you think he just cucked him? Like sat there on the edge of the bed?
You know what? That's what Hollywood's like. Like, Jonah Hill was best friends with Brad Pitt when they promoted that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And how many times did Brad Pitt probably just let Jonah Hill think he's going to fuck a chick, and at the last second, he just fucked her?
Jonah.
In front of Jonah Hill.
Yeah, it has to. How do you swing the in front of him move? Like, you could steal the chick easily.
You're Brad Pitt.
You're Brad Pitt, so what do? You go, Jonah, come here a minute. Come on in here.
Fuck him.
And is the girl already in the bed?
She, anything he wants.
That is fucking
He's
amazingly.
a lion on the Serengeti.
Jonah is a limping gazelle.
Oh, he's hot. Anthony,
he's
he's so
enormous.
hot.
Yeah?
Yeah, like every time I see him, I get super wet.
Yeah.
Who?
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Oh my God.
Now you're fucking pulling
I
our
fucking
leg.
love him, and you know, like
Super bad,
he's
yeah.
Why?
so
If Jonah Hill
fucking.
heard that, why would he just not move here and try to,
You would, yeah.
Is he doing better than her? No way.
I bet you he grabs his dick before he puts it in a girl's pussy, and that turns me on.
I bet he hasn't seen his dick in 10 years.
I think it's a lot more talent if you don't even have to grab your dick. You can just do that maneuver.
Right.
You're still pulling some from
I
here.
haven't tried that. I will.
Hands on the hair and everything.
I don't know. If a chick hot enough, like if you told me to come over and have sex with you, I'd have to mail you my orgasm. I wouldn't make the front door.
You'd have to do a lot of prep work, like to get her to the
I
point
know.
where she's just about ready to come, and then you could
Oh,
your
that's
dick
such a
in. Like,
tease.
oh, I'd be working shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything that's got to be
Props,
done.
props.
Yeah, props. Turn into Gallagher in bed with her.
My buddy told me he faked an orgasm with a chick. Goes, how'd you do it? You need props for a guy. You need like mayonnaise.
Yeah.
You faked an orgasm.
I faked orgasms with my wife because she wanted to have a baby, and I didn't. So I would fuck her, make the cum face and sound, and then I would go into the bathroom and jack off in the toilet, where every baby belongs, the toilet.
What if she tells you she's pregnant, though? That is scary.
That would have been fucked up.
Whose kid is that?
Yeah, well, that was it, because we got a divorce anyway.
What if the My Pillow guy steals your wife? Like,
My Pillow.
it'd be a worse celebrity to have you steal your wife.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Her ass was propped up on My Pillow. They had to fuck her.
Maybe the toenail fungus toe steals your wife. That's
Yeah.
the worst part.
Made right here in Minnesota, the capital of pillows and Indian massacres.
You know what's amazing about that commercial? I obsess about it.
I do too.
It's not a toenail with fungus. It's the fungus. It's toenail fungus.
Toenail fungus.
Right. That's coming out of the limo. It's yellow fungus.
It shouldn't be the toe.
Is anybody with me on
It
that?
must be the fungus.
You should win an Emmy.
That is a fantastic commercial.
How many times has Mario Lopez scraped dried jizz out of those dimples? That's today's more the more you know question.
You think he'll have a deathbed book deal too?
How many times has Mark Paul Gosselaar accidentally
You think they all have a book in them for that one?
Oh, God, I'd read
And
that.
When I die, it's locked up and.
The name should be Scraping Cum Out of My Dimples. The Mario Lopez story. How toenail fungus commercials bought me a house.
How do you not shoot your agent when he approaches you with the toenail fungus?
The money, sometimes they back up. I had the most embarrassing 7-Eleven hot dog ad. The guy was going to give me I just got on Stern. I was on Stern for like a month. 3-week shoot. $600,000. I had to put a goofy hat on, eat the hot dog the whole time. Terribly embarrassing. But 600 G's. I owed a bookie like $80,000 at the time. I was like, I told him everything's fine. True story. The head of the 7-Eleven company, the chairman of the fucking board, they tell him who the new guy's going to be. They say I'm on Stern. He puts Stern on. He hears me tell a story about shitting into my pants in the woods on coke in a Santa Claus outfit.
There goes hot dog, man.
The guy goes, this guy is...
Oh, shit.
The contract was on my manager's...
Oh, my God.
If I got there 20 minutes earlier and signed it, they would have had to pay me something.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Oh, damn.
Odds that he had to fucking hear that
Did he
story.
say it's a character? Tell him it's a character, like Mr. Amos does.
They pull out police reports.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do any more research, but it's a character, I assure you.
Like if I had kids, what if a kid Googled me? Well, how's that going to work? That explanation.
That's the whole thing. I've already...
Too much information out there.
I've resigned myself to the fact that I could never be a respectable citizen ever again.
I mean, listen, I sold that out years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
When Howard first asked me about doing coke at Mad TV, I'm like, well, can I try to get a Sprite commercial and not?
Yeah, this is just over. We would, you know what it's like to try to get sponsorships on radio shows, like even regular radio when we were.
I didn't even do. I wasn't a part of that. And my show's subscriptions, and I don't do the ads because I don't want anybody. Well, you got some juice. You don't have to let ad people tell you.
No. We do the ads because the sponsors are all cool. They know what they're getting.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And if anything ever happened where they wanted to pull their ads, it's not my.
Just go.
You know, yeah.
Right, exactly.
You
don't need it. That's great.
I'm doing them a favor.
I tell people all the time because I have really become a fan of yours, and you're a very talented guy. And could you imagine because of some crazy night where something spontaneous happens, like in the old days, you'd not be in show, people wouldn't be hearing you be funny, and instead we're getting unfunny people like Mario Lopez. It's so this technology it saved me a little bit too because I'm wearing out my welcome very briskly.
It's the only venue left where we can talk openly and honestly and not leave. Like every day I would leave Sirius, especially Sirius XM, just feeling like a piece of shit, like I sold my soul to fucking be there on a daily basis.
Well, you guys had a sort of an impressive. I would like to being protected by Howard. It was.
Oh yeah, well that's
the best gig ever.
Under the Don.
Yeah, exactly. And as long as he agreed with what I was saying, there's nothing I couldn't say. Like Rachel Hunter pissed him off for some reason, so I called her Rachel Cunter for 4 days. And then I'm gonna check for like $80,000.
Yeah. Rachel Cunter.
And the rest of that company was.
Oh man, we had to deal with the fucking side of the building that wasn't paradise over there.
Well, I know that's what I mean. And then the waiting room, like he wouldn't let people in the back sometimes. So sometimes you'd have Beetlejuice, a whore, and like the nuns from the Catholic channel. Beetlejuice was talking to nuns with. I never laughed so hard in my life. He was naked except for a silk robe. He had a big long cigarette, and he said to the nuns, "Let's get drunk."
The nuns at that point had to renounce Jesus and just think there can't possibly be a God. This is not.
The nun's like, "Excuse me, there's a monosymphotic toothless black man."
Yeah, what is
making us get
test
drunk
of my faith?
Making us get drunk. He called me up and this is how you know you have a problem. Beetlejuice told me I was a mess on my voicemail. You a mess.
Beetlejuice called you a mess. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad, Artie.
It's terrible.
Did Howard get like legitimately mad at you though? Times on air?
No. He loved. He loved it.
Sometimes it sounded like he was getting very impatient.
Well, at the end, maybe. Yeah.
That's certain things you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Exactly. I was not responsible. Listen, I was on the show 8 years and 8 months. For 8 years, I never got a note from him off air. It just worked somehow. And then finally, he had to pull me aside because I was in and out of consciousness.
Jesus.
And he said,
all we're asking for you to do is remain conscious.
Yeah. I said, what do you want from me? I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here. No, that's not quite enough.
I made up.
Almost enough.
Yeah, I said, I made up the snoring during Kathy Griffin bit.
Didn't you like that bit?
They made me leave they made me leave the studio, and I kicked out her hair and makeup team from. She had to go to the Today Show next day.
Oh man, that's great.
They let me sleep. I woke up at 4 in the afternoon. No one was in the studio. It was weird. Like I was never there past 11. I'm like, what the fuck? They let me sleep.
It's like we're like being in school at night.
You know what I did? I put some water on my face. I just slept there. I slept there the next day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Why not?
The next day.
What am I gonna do home? That's not gonna be good.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's so to have your life splashed out there so public when you're going through shit is
on the radio too. You get out to 6th Avenue. It's not LA, it's New York. Real people.
Right.
The UPS guys going, Jesus Christ, get some help.
Yeah, what are you doing? You fuck up. Yeah.
They made fun of a leather jacket I had once because it was too tight. It looked like a sausage. It didn't fit me. All morning, I get outside. 11 construction workers on 38th Street are having their lunch. I walk by, and the guy goes, Artie, we think your jacket's cute.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't get away from it.
I said, that's very offensive, guys. Like a woman, like, that's terrible.
I'm wearing a casing from Carnivore Club.
And I did. I said, I look like a sausage.
Holy shit. Yeah, it's you really don't have any privacy.
No.
Especially when something so public happens like that. If you were just Joe Schmo working a day job at an office, your friends and family could be horrified by your actions.
Sure, well, they were, yeah.
Yeah, and they are. But then, everybody has something to say about it. And most of them are getting it kind of wrong. And that, but
well, the thing is about show business is the biggest enabler. I had my book went to paperback the same week I stabbed myself 9 times, and there's no other way to put that.
No, there isn't.
So it shot up because of that. Of course, right? It shot because it's about me being a loser. So it's tragic and everything. And then I said, well, I'm not going to make any money this year. I take a year off and everything, and I pay my mother's bills. Residual check comes from the book company, $285,000. I go, Mom, I'm thinking about stabbing myself.
Yeah.
$285,000. My mother's hand was shaking. Looking at the I said, I'll get yourself a pizza, Ma.
Could we look into where the real important stuff is in here? Because
if I had abs, I'd be dead. I couldn't get
You could. That's just a
I was in
real desperate move.
full-blown opiate withdrawal. So,
Yeah.
and I do feel terrible for there is an epidemic going on with kids.
Oh, yeah.
And young kids got their parents addicted to it. And the part about opiates is it becomes a part of you. It's the worst drug to do because you need it like oxygen every 8 hours. So the withdrawals were so bad, I just wanted to feel something. I didn't want to die. I just wanted to feel another way.
Right.
If I lose blood, I'll pass out. I wanted to feel different than I was feeling. Because I had a balcony right there. I could have jumped.
You could have jumped.
But the logic in my head, I said, what if I fall on somebody? Could you imagine?
What a nice guy.
Could you imagine someone on a talk show crying, Artie Lang fell on her son? Fat comedian falls on son.
Oh.
And I survive. He's dead.
Oh, my God. Oh, just think of the fun the morning shows would have. Hey, did you hear this one? Artie Lang fell on somebody.
That's why I didn't jump.
Yeah. That's why you didn't jump.
That and your Jesse Ventura impression.
It's fucking like, and I know what you're talking about opiates because when I went into rehabilitation down there in West Palm, yes, in West Palm, everybody that was there, even if they were there for alcohol, was also there for opiates.
Right.
They were all fucking.
These poor kids, man.
Up.
They get the painkillers,
and that's how it starts. It's like, oh, my knee, my back. And doctors are still so quick to prescribe those things.
They're the new dealers.
It's a whole lifestyle.
Crooked pharmacists. Look what Prince was. Prince was the biggest rock star on the planet. He was on a bicycle by himself outside of Walgreens with those 8-inch heels.
How do you not
humming when doves cry?
Yeah.
Because on a lower level, these crooked pharmacists go, listen, I'll sell you whatever you need. But you got to come. Don't send like a flunky. I want to see the famous guy.
I want to meet Prince.
Well, I want him to take a risk, too. So Prince goes by himself to get pills from a pharmacist. Could you imagine? Like, he keeps that quiet. Sure.
Yeah.
And then he's alone in an elevator taking his last gasps of it's Prince. He became a junkie.
Yeah.
That's what and these kids say, I wasn't a junkie at 23, but they are. I had ambition. I said I wasn't like that. It happened on the road. I don't know how. I would not have made anything of myself if I had that problem at 23 years old.
Right.
And then their parents are fucked up. The parents are stealing from them.
How fucked up is that?
Yeah, that's just,
it really is tragic, man. And
Their parents are stealing from them.
Yeah.
Mary Jean
Sounds
finds it very
hilarious.
funny. It's very funny that's happening.
That's I found it as a monologue joke.
There's no stigma on any drugs anymore. That's why, like, growing up,
right,
we smoked weed.
I love
weed.
weed.
Do a little coke.
Yeah, well,
but the thought of heroin.
Yeah. Well, shooting it.
Yeah.
I never did that.
No, even snorting or smoking heroin.
Right.
Any of that was so. You drew the fucking line.
Well, word heroin, was like a big.
Yeah.
And
was it me or my friends or anything? That's crazy shit. That's a junkie.
I had a lot of buddies
sucking his own snot out of his fucking nose.
Right. I had a lot of buddies who were addicted to it, and around the age of 27, 28, I went to a lot of wakes for friends of mine. That I'll never forget my buddy Scott Stetz. Last thing he said to me was, "Artie, keep it white."
Oh Jesus!
I don't know what that meant.
He was listening to Vanilla Ice.
Holy shit!
Needle in his vein in his head, trying to shoot up because.
How do you get to only have a vein in your head left?
Well, when you get a 600 on your SATs. That's what happened.
Oh, okay.
I was ranked 802 in my class out of 805.
802.
802. My mother was like livid.
How did that happen? Just lazy? You're not a dumb guy.
No, it was. I just I failed. Gym because I didn't show up. It was a lot of no-shows,
I didn't graduate because of the gym.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
You could not go in or something?
I just didn't want to go.
Yeah.
It was fucking bullshit to me. And
I was a
there was a
terrible.
couple other classes too.
Right.
It was mostly gym. I just couldn't be bothered.
I was a terrible student, like terrible. but trying to do like funny stuff, but that evolved. I brought a water pistol to this woman's class. Her name was Miss Fulcomer, 44 Magnum, Dirty Harry water pistol. I put my book up like this, like a fort. She was at the podium doing a lesson. I hit her in the face every 3 seconds, and she finally said, she went, and then the Indians, Lenny Lenape. She finally, Artie, get out, just get out.
Could you imagine what would happen to a kid now that would do that?
If my
gun, first
if
of all,
someone did that to my daughter, if I would go kill me.
You'd go kill.
Yeah,
Yes,
I would.
yes.
I was like a shithead kid.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. We talk about it here where you just want that time machine so you can go back and smack yourself in the face at certain instances.
So
in
many
your life.
times I had to tackle myself.
Yeah, tackle.
This black kid used to play
It's there, you asshole.
This
Where are you?
This black kid, Andre Bowers, was the funniest kid ever, and he did like these weird mother jokes where he'd say like, "Your mother left the work boots under my bed." Like, made no sense. We had a teacher, Miss Liebhauser. Okay, we both got sent to the principal's office every day, and Petracco, the Italian guy, he said to Miss Liebhauser an insult that I didn't hear. So we're both together in the thing, and I knew he said a mother joke. Petracco, the principal, says, "Art, I'll get to you in a second." He looks at Andre and goes, "Andre, how do you know Miss Liebhauser's mother wears a helmet to bed?" The mother really wore a helmet to bed. She had like a cranium.
Holy
He said it just as a goof. I'm like, we started laughing. I said, "You hit the jackpot.
Yeah,
that's the comedy lottery.
That
She
really is
really
a
wears.
lottery.
She really wears a fucking helmet to bed." I said, but then even the principal started laughing. She had like a cranium issue.
Your mother wears a helmet to bed. Hey,
Mom wears a
knock
helmet.
it the fuck off.
What she said? Did someone tell you she was creeped out by?
Wow, that is. And how would you know that unless
Look how cute.
you're lucky or you're sleeping with the fucking. What is that?
Someone tweeted me this cute picture of me and Artie.
Where was that now?
Oh.
Have we got other days together that I forgot?
Yeah, come on up here.
How am I forgetting being with you? Wait a minute. Now, let me see this. Where's this?
Come on up here.
Where? Oh, would they superimposed us?
Yeah, look.
Oh, they photoshopped. Oh, look, you're on the bed. Oh, the long walks on the bed. Long walks on
Oh,
the
this is a
beach.
long. Oh, wow. Okay, there you go.
Nice is
I was gonna say that we take a trip to Turks and Caicos. I forgot about.
Yeah. Remember?
I'll say.
We're doing anal. We're going to Turkey.
Wow, Turks and Caicos, you get anal.
Right now.
Yeah, right. Book the flight. Wow. The lovely Mary Jean. It's at XO Mary Jean XO.
Good job, Mary Jean. All
That's
right.
Mary Jean. She's got Lion Beauty Salon. It's 2232 Amsterdam Avenue in New York, New York.
Yeah. You want a smoking hot chick to cut your hair?
That's fantastic. Oh, and there's Mary Jean Barbarella. There's me huffing and puffing. All right, you know, these
That's
guys.
quick.
Oh my God, that's
These
so
guys are
weird.
These guys are good. That's
I
yeah.
love it.
All right, very good.
You look like a young man.
Oh my God, Lainey's getting married, guys.
Lainey's bachelor
Yeah.
party, Pornapalooza. How do you leave with a name like Pornapalooza?
Let me tell you something. Lainey's one of my favorite people on the planet.
Fantastic.
I love Lainey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lainey's
good.
great.
That's great.
What a dream Lainey is, because it's like you ask her to bring you hot girls that will take their clothes off, and she does it.
Yes.
Look at that. Yeah.
Fuck the place where she's
cut your
throwing
hair.
it.
Yeah, and they can cut your hair if
Yeah.
need be.
She's been very sweet to me lately, and I love her. Congratulations. That's great.
Yeah, that is great. When is that? Pop that up again.
No, take it down. I love you, Lainey. Take it down.
You not wanting to get married?
No, just a place where they're throwing it. You know.
Oh.
Fuck
Well, you
them.
know. Oh,
There's a
Peyton Sinclair.
What is that?
Oh, Wayne Bennington. Look at that. Venus Lux.
That looks like a classy situation.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's my favorite.
yeah, we'll go there. Artie Lang, of course. Artie's going to be at Caroline's. I love Caroline's.
Of course, yeah.
Right there on Broadway, September 15th through 17th. That's this whole weekend, right?
I've
And,
been playing there a long time.
At Foxwoods Casino. When is that? Is that
That's
up
in,
to
next year. They put
oh
that
my goodness. So, yeah, it's
Hopefully,
there.
Yeah, I'm not that good at future planning.
Future plugs.
It's up in the air, that one.
All right. Well, anyway, you want to see Artie, see him at Caroline's all this weekend.
It's
Very
tomorrow
cool.
night, Thursday night, and then, yeah.
And artiequitter.com, the Artie Lang podcast, at Artie Lang on Twitter.
You got to
Artie-
come on. It was
I
touching.
know.
I got Anthony actually came to Hoboken for me. It was touching to see a major radio guy. I came to Hoboken.
I loved doing the show.
That was a blast.
We'll do it again. You have such a nice place. The neighborhood's nice. It's,
Well, I got I got right on the water. I got in at a good time. 15 years
Really
ago,
is.
I got a perfect view of the city.
nice view. Some cute girls walking around down there.
Forget they put a pier there. It's like forget it.
And nice.
It's always going. I'm 48. I'm diabetic. How are you?
How are you?
A toenail
Want
fungus.
to take the ferry? Toenail.
I walk around going, whoa, toenail fungus. Is that Artie Lang? No, it's toenail.